Hey there. You've done enough for today. Now, let's find some peace together. This one's for the days when the question hits you out of nowhere. What's the point of all this? When you finish a long shift, or close your laptop, or take off your badge, and you don't feel accomplished. You feel empty, like everything you gave didn't actually mean anything. Maybe you were helpful. Maybe you were productive. Maybe you even hit your goals, or smiled through a meeting, or answered all your emails. And still, the void is there, the weight, the wondering, the slow spiral of why do I even do this? If that's where your head is right now, you're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not dramatic. You're human, living in a world that often demands everything from you and then gives very little back. So let's breathe through that. Inhale deeply. Hold. And exhale the shame of feeling unmotivated. Sometimes the question isn't, how do I keep going? It's, why am I going at all? And that question, though scary, is honest, and it deserves space. Because existential dread doesn't just show up out of nowhere. It creeps in when you've been pushing for too long, when the daily grind starts to feel like a loop you can't escape, when everything starts to blur into one long meh, and you wonder, is this all there is? Let that question exist for a second. You don't have to solve it. You don't have to run from it. You can just breathe with it. Inhale slowly. Hold. And exhale the panic that rises when meaning feels far away. Here's the truth they don't teach you. Purpose isn't always loud. It doesn't always look like a 5-year plan or a big mission statement. Sometimes purpose is small, soft, almost invisible, like making someone laugh in a hallway, or remembering to water your plant, or letting a tired coworker vent to you in the break room. Sometimes the point isn't some big cosmic goal. Sometimes the point is you, showing up, caring, trying, even when it feels pointless. You don't have to feel inspired to matter. You don't have to be saving the world to be making a difference. Even surviving another day. Even clocking in. Staying kind. Asking, how are you? That counts. So let's pause. Not to force optimism, but to give your brain a break from the existential noise. Breathe in gently. Hold. Exhale, and imagine you're setting down the invisible weight you've been carrying. If it all feels a little too much, that doesn't mean you're doing life wrong. It means your inner world is waking up, questioning, craving depth in a shallow system, wanting to feel alive, not just useful. And that's not a flaw. It's a sign of your sensitivity, your awareness, your refusal to numb out completely. Even when everything feels gray, you're still here, still breathing, still listening to something that might not solve your problems, but makes you feel a little less alone in them. That's something. That's huge. Let's take another breath. Not to fix the pointlessness, but to honor the fact that you're showing up in the middle of it. Inhale deeply. Hold. and exhale into the tiniest bit of softness you can find. I don't know what your future holds. I don't know what purpose will look like for you next year or next week or even tomorrow, but I do know this. You're allowed to feel lost. You're allowed to question. You're allowed to feel like everything is pointless and still keep going, not because you have to, but because somewhere inside you, there's still a whisper that says, maybe it won't feel like this forever. Maybe one day you'll feel lit up again. Maybe one day the work will feel more meaningful, or lighter, or more aligned. And maybe today isn't that day. Maybe today is just about breathing, resting, surviving, trusting that the fog will lift eventually. So here's your last breath for now, not the end of your dread, but a tiny beginning of your healing. Inhale slowly. Hold. And exhale, letting go of the pressure to have it all figured out. You don't need to know the point of everything. You just need to know you're not alone. And right now, that's enough. Thank you for giving yourself this moment. As you step into whatever's next, sleep, quiet, or just being, you don't have to carry the chaos. You can carry this peace instead. If you'd like more moments like this, feel free to subscribe and come back anytime you need. Until we meet again, be kind to yourself.